Finally, I can see the bigger picture. I know what's gonna happen.
We're finally here, the end of Swiss Stage, which means that 2 LCS teams are going to be eliminated from the playoffs this week. And the rest of the 6 will determine in a tournament who will be the champion to represent North America at first stand. Just as I predicted, I am predicting Cloud9 to win 2-0. So I have them winning the series 2-1. I'm predicting a Sentinels 2-0 victory. Team Liquid to win the series 2-0. The Swiss Stage currently looks like this. In the 2-0 group, Cloud9 faces off against FlyQuest. Both are already locked in for playoffs, but the winner gets to select their opponent from the 2-1 group. The 2 teams which they beat to get here, Lion and Disguised, drew each other and will compete against each other alongside Team Liquid and Sentinels for a chance to lock in their spots at 2-1 for a spot in the upper bracket of the tournament. A loss, however, means that they will have to play tiebreaker games in order to ensure their spot, starting from the lower bracket of the tournament. If they lose that tie-breaking series, then they're going to be eliminated altogether. Finally, the team with the lives on the line in the 0-2 group, it's Dignitas going up against Shopify Rebellion. The winner will get to keep fighting for their spot in the playoffs, doing the tiebreaker series. The loser will be the first team to get eliminated and won't be able to compete again until Spring Split starts. Now, last week on Saturday night, the LCS Discord asked for some overreactions to week 1 and 2. This is the clip that I submitted. I'm Hawk the Dog, and my LCS overreaction is I believe Cloud9 is not going to drop a single game until the upper bracket finals, where they will drop a game, crumble, and then eventually not win the lock-in tournament. You might think I'm absolutely crazy for this take, and now it was an overreaction, but they did nail some of my key points on the broadcast.
You know what that comes from? Historical evidence. C9 have done this in the past. Their regular season win rate compared to their playoff win rate. I mean, it's a worrying trend.
First of all, we've seen it over and over again. Cloud9 will look good in the regular season, but then when it comes to best of 5s and playoffs, they just crumble. And like Raz pointed out,
I think also Team Liquid is a team, and Lion, to be fair, are teams that are scaling.
Some of the teams might look better later on than they did in the first 2 weeks, considering visa issues and other extenuating factors. And if you don't know, I'm actually a Cloud9 fan, so why would I predict them to lose? Well, it's because I see the bigger picture. It's a minor setback for a major comeback. Although I don't have Cloud9 winning the lock-in tournament and going to first stand, I believe that Cloud9 will be able to bounce back from this, go to MSI, go to Worlds, winning both spring and summer splits of the LCS this year. But in order to do that, they're going to have to be able to face some adversity in the domestic leagues first. And so that's why I have Cloud9 going undefeated until the upper bracket finals, where they'll eventually lose a game and not win the lock-in tournament. So, for next week's predictions, I have FlyQuest beating Cloud9 2-0. Okay. Actually starting with the 2-0 matchup, FlyQuest going up against Cloud9. Both of them look like 2 of the top teams of the league so far, so it makes sense why they're up here. Cloud9 just looked a lot cleaner, so I'm going to have to go with them winning 2-0 against FlyQuest and being the top dogs of the Swiss Stage, getting to choose their opponent in the playoffs. And either way, FlyQuest is still locked into playoffs at 2-1, so it's not too terrible for them either way. Going into the 1-1 group, first we have Team Liquid versus Sentinels. Sentinels did look a lot better than they did in the first week, but I'm still going to have to give the edge to Team Liquid, considering that their win was against Dignitas, so I assume that Team Liquid would still have them outclassed. And I'm going to give the win to Team Liquid 2-0, locking them a spot in the upper bracket of playoffs. Now for Disguised versus Lion. This will be Disguised's first game with their new jungler, Kryra, who has been out and is the last remaining player with visa issues to come back to the LCS. His first match is going to be going up against the reigning MVP of Inspired, so a lot of people are definitely going to count him out for this, considering it's his first match. But Disguised is still using him as a sub, despite having Kisno on for stage games. So they have practiced together. And I'm also looking, like I said, at the bigger picture overall. If I'm expecting C9 to go undefeated until upper bracket finals, that means they're going to have to 3-0 whoever they play against in the first round of playoffs. If Lion and Team Liquid win, that means that no matter what, there's going to be a guaranteed rematch. And it's hard to see Cloud9 being able to 5-0 any of those teams, despite still looking like the best in the league. Which is why they're not going to have to rematch anyone, because Disguised is going to win 2-1 against Lion, sending them to the 2-1 group and to the upper bracket of playoffs, which will secure them a top 4 seed in the lock-in tournament. And despite what I think will be a choke and a fall for Lion, I still don't think that they're going to choke all the way down to being eliminated, and so I have them being the first 1 and 2 team to be locked in for playoffs. Finally, at the bottom of the Swiss stage, fighting for their lives, it is Dignitas going up against Shopify Rebellion. The loser of this match is going to determine the first team to get eliminated from the LCS. Both teams haven't looked great, which is to be expected from the 0-2 part of the bracket. But a lot of people expected Shopify to be able to perform better than they have so far. Obviously, Palafox is going to be a major storyline of this matchup, considering he was the only player replaced from Shopify's previous roster. Many people were saying Zinni is going to be a better replacement for Palafox, but I think Palafox is going to look better than Zinni this weekend. Despite his best efforts, Zinni is going to get the last laugh, because looking back, Shopify has played against 2 of the top 3 teams so far. So I'm not going to fully count them out, and I'm going to have Shopify Rebellion beating Dignitas 2-1 to give them a fighting chance to go and compete in the lock-in tournament. Now, every spot in the playoffs has been secured except for the last tiebreaker 1 and 2 spot. My prediction is it is going to be fought over between Lion, Sentinels, and Shopify Rebellion. And like I said, I don't really expect Lion to lose, so it's more Sentinels versus Shopify Rebellion. I know I said I wasn't counting out Shopify, but that was against Dignitas and not against Hambach. And I think Hambach is going to be able to carry Sentinels to a win, keeping their hopes alive and being able to compete, while Shopify is going to be out of the tournament and unable to play until Spring Split. Which leaves us with this playoff picture of Cloud9 versus Disguised and Fly versus Team Liquid in the upper bracket, with Lion and Sentinels waiting in the lower bracket. Thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this content, please make sure to like this video and subscribe so you won't miss out on future weeks. If you have any questions, comments, or conspiracies, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I hope you have a great day. See you next time.